Om Sri Gangai Natha Nama. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada Gurudev. Welcome to this channel. This channel is regarding spiritual education, spiritual knowledge, and these particular sessions we are doing are based on Kundalini Yoga. Basically, the entire channel you will find regarding uh, transformation of individual consciousness to individual consciousness to mixed consciousness. I have talked only about this particular transformation which we go through when we start walking on the path of spirituality. These English sessions are a bit different because the angle is different. The explanation of changes we go through during spiritual experiences is now being explained through the point of Kundalini Yoga. Generally, my concentration on all the sessions I do in English, Hindi, whatever, I concentrate on my personal experiences. I don't consider experiences of somebody else's. I don't explain others' experiences or what they have seen in their spiritual journey or whatever, no matter who he is. Until and unless I see the change in me or I go through that particular experience, only then I talk about experiences of other people. Generally, I take experience of those who have already have achieved their goal and are now are our guidance. Like there are many saints, there are many yogis, many gurus. So I take their references because they have proved their self to be uh, to be one who had who have achieved their goal of self realization. So all the sessions I do on my personal evaluation of or personal awareness or encounter with the transformation. And when I see my transformation, the element which is most important to see myself and not others is the truth. Truth is the only telescope, truth is the only eyes, truth is the only view. It's only truth which is light and which evaluate the self. We cannot evaluate anybody else in the world, no matter how close is someone, no matter. Truth is a tool which cannot be used for somebody else. If you are truthful, you cannot use your truth to evaluate anybody in the world, no matter he's in the physical world or he's in the vital world or he's in the mental world or anywhere. You cannot use it. This is the specialty of truth. Now, the truth I am talking about is has many layers. You generally get uh, with ascension, with your progress or with your change in consciousness, you go through the different layers of truth. Truth has different layers because our existence has many layers. We exist in physical world, so there is a uh, very obvious truth, or the truth which is very which can be written, which can be spoken, which can be heard, which can be taught. That form of truth, that is physical world. So sometimes, parents, teachers ask us that speak truth, don't speak lie. So they are telling us to speak the truth. Whatever we have gone through, we tell somebody else that this is what we have seen, what we have gone through. So the person who is hearing us can never know that how much truth we are speaking. So physical truth is not absolute pure truth. When we hear somebody, like you are hearing me, uh, you cannot verify that how much truth I am speaking. This is the level of truth at the physical level. Here we may not have our own experiences regarding some events which we are talking about. So there are a lot of events happen. So normal people, when the both people lives in the consciousness where the consciousness is the physical world consciousness, and they can only communicate through five senses, then the truth cannot be known by other individual, that what is the truth about somebody. So the whole world is speaking the truth. Everyone is speaking the truth, but no one else would know how pure or uh, how much truth is there in the subject or particular speech or writing or anything. Whatever we say, what is the truth? So a lot of things happen in this world. The individuality is created because of difference in everyone's truth. So people have different belief system, different caste system, different religion, different countries. Everything, every individual is different on many aspects because they know themselves as a human being, because they are born into some country, they are born into some religion, they follow some group of casteism, they have gone through some particular transformation from childhood, born from their birth to childhood, adolescence, grown up, they get old, they pass on their teachings, they have gone to the particular schools, they have gone particular education system. So everything develop an individual. So more we grow in this physical world, more we develop our own truths, which is based on our existence from birth. So the first layer of the truth cannot be known by any mean. Science is doing something to know about the truth. So they have a machine, lie detector it is called. So what they do, they put a lie detection, some wires, plugs and everything, and ask people to speak. When usually they speak lie, they have a different heartbeat or something. So through the machine, they try to know how much truth is there. So they ask basic questions: "What is your name?" Uh, so they identify that which situation the person is. So on that, they further evaluate thing. So what I want to say, that even the science cannot find the real truth, even with the machines. They try their best, but the real truth cannot be known. It can be manipulated through even the machines. The person can manipulate and control. his body system to ask questions. So this is the first layer. This does not help in spiritual ascension or spiritual journey. This truth does not help. But very strangely, when we walk on the path, when we get awakened, the first thing, when we get awakened, we get first we get initiation through the spiritual master. That does not awake you. That is just an initiation. After following the education or the guidance given by guru, disciple earns a stage where he can now finally awake. So when he awakes, the soul is awakened, the journey of soul starts. Soul actually doesn't have any kind of journey to do. It is just unveiling the uh, darkness, the illusion we have through the through this nature, different layers we have on Atman. So Atman, when it awakes, it has a light. The light actually put away the darkness of illusions, the layers. So slowly the first layer which is been thrown away is the physical world. When the soul is awakened, the first light comes into the physical world, because why we feel actually it does not come directly to the physical world because it is the last or outermost layer, but because our conscious is into the physical world, so we do not feel the light of Atman from the point where from where it starts. The Atman has layers like Chit, Anand, intellect, mind, pran, and body. So we, as an individual being, into this physical world only feel the light into physical world. So in the start, a disciple starts speaking the truth from himself. Whatever he sees, he evaluate the truth. What he see, what he listen, he evaluate the truth. His only concentration is now on evaluation of truth by his five senses, and he always speak the truth. Now the lie is his enemy. He cannot lie in any situation, but it does not happen all of a sudden. It takes time for him to um, come up with the physical truth. It might take 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years, because it goes slowly. The habit we have, the control of mind, intellect, and pran we have on the body, on the five senses, doesn't go away very quick. It takes time for the person to finally reach the point where he finally have the full control over physical truth, five senses truth. When he knows, when he actually discovered the truth of five senses, he's been progressed, he's been advanced and been promoted to the next layer, which is called the pranic layer. He was always the light of truth was always into the vital areas, the pranic area, and all the areas. But as his conscious is now being developed further, now he start feeling the subtle truth. First truth is physical truth. By the five senses, he comes in contact with the truth of five senses. Then, when he advances in the yoga, his consciousness further deepens and goes toward the Atman. He realizes the vital truth. Vital truth is regarding the entire world, and he centralizes himself as a Jivatman, as a Jeev. He now does not showcase through his five senses the truth. He's been beyond, he is now answerable not to somebody else through the communication medium of five senses, but he is now truthful to his own existence, the vital truth. Vital truth is the subtle truth. Subtle. It is subtle. So it cannot be spoken, it cannot be heard, it cannot be shown, it cannot be touched, it cannot be written. So this truth is internal. Now, as this subtle truth evoke, the practitioner, the sadhak, the yogi goes into the silence of internal silence. Now, the discussions with the people, those have some arguments regarding some things or regarding spirituality, he may not fall into the arguments of those arguments. He does not try to prove anything to the world. He now has the knowledge and he has the guidance of the Atman, that this knowledge cannot be given to the someone who is not eligible for the knowledge. People ask questions, but now he sees the subtle feelings of the person who is asking. So it is very difficult to reach to those people who are into the subtle stage of truth. You cannot find them. They don't speak. They don't put up themselves into the world as yogis. Now they are start getting invisible from the physical world. They are into their own self now. Now, when he passed this barricade, also this subtle barricade of truth, he further gets the next stage, which is called the mental truth. Subtle truth, after subtle truth there is a mental truth. Mental truth is more wider in the sense, because now he can read. What is this? Okay, so because I live in a family, so this is not a studio, any kind of studio where I'm recording this video. This is my home. Okay, so we are talking about the further the next truth, which is called the mental truth. Mental truth is a powerful truth. Physical truth is a very weak truth. It does not tell you the real situation of the event. Subtle truth tells you the situation of your own. You can educate yourself, you can improve yourself. Okay, and the third truth is mental truth. It evaluates every mental being. Now if you have that mental truth, if you have reached to that mental truth, you can read the minds. If you try to, if you try anybody, if you want to know what someone actually holds emotions against or in favor of someone or for you, you can evaluate. You can, through his way of acting, through how he speaks, how he looks at you, how he speaks or write, whatever. This is the primary stage of mental truth. But mental truth is very wide and very strong and very powerful. Even someone is closing his eyes and sitting in a gesture, anything, in any way, no matter how much he tries to hide the truth or his emotions um, or his thoughts, he cannot do that. You will know it. Nothing can be hidden from the mental truth. It's a very powerful truth. The people, those who reach up to mental truth, are really great yogis. In Hindi, we generally call भगवान सबके मन की बात जानते हैं. The God knows everybody's heart or mind. So the person who reach at this point of the mental truth, people consider him as a God. भगवान जानते हैं इसके मन में क्या है. Only God knows what is in his mind. People say that only God knows. So this truth makes you really takes you to the height of where people has a percept or perceptions towards you as a God. This is very powerful. So when you move ahead one layer, the lower layer um becomes very casual for you. You can, if somebody starts his practice and he comes through the five senses truth, he will always present himself through five senses, that he's truthful to his showcasing his body, his actions, his thoughts and everything. But when he moves to the subtle truth, then these five senses truth or physical truth does not have much value for him to maintain. He may not maintain the lower level of truth because he is into the upper level of truth. So he may disguise himself. So the yogis, the great gurus, disguise themselves. They do not look what they are, so they hide themselves through the five senses. The initial person who is walking on the path of started, he showcased himself that he is a yogi, he's a sadhak, he is that, and he has the powers and everything. But when you reach to the subtle truth, then yogi hide himself. He does not showcase it. So he is into the disguise in this world. You will never know who he is. The mental truth further hides him. Why? Because he has the power to evaluate everyone. So he start hiding himself even from the people. They do not. He does not communicate with unnecessary people, or doesn't go to the unnecessary places, or doesn't waste his time. He withdraw his senses from the world for the better, because his senses are so strong that he can grasp, or he can take everything in such a power. So he limit himself into certain region, certain space. So usually the yogis reaching that stage, they goes to the Himalaya, or the place where they can sit for the silent for longer years. The people do not come on those barren regions, because the generally people don't go there. So they go to the hilly areas or somewhere place which has more uh, peace. So you don't find them. The people those are into the mental truth, they are very rare to see, very rare. And next stage of the truth is intellectual truth. Intellectual truth is the one which make the yogi a scientist. He starts evaluating the nature. He starts going into the samadhi, the truth about the ultimate truth which is being used by the nature to create the universe. Now he knows the truth of nature. We generally call it कि योगी प्रकृति के रहस्य को जानने लगता है, प्रकृति को समझने लगता है. Now the truth, the intellectual truth, he looks at a fruit. He does not need to take that fruit to the laboratory to check how much vitamins how much minerals or how much good that fruit is for somebody's health, or how much bad that food or fruit can be. He knows the truth of nature. Everything been constructed, the moon, the stars, the sun, the galaxies, everything he knows. The truth of creation he knows. The intellect. He is a scientist in spirituality. He is he further hide himself because now he does not, he knows the respect towards the nature. Now he's very much invisible to the world and does not interfere through any mean into the nature. He knows when somebody is dying, he knows when somebody will born, he knows when what which happening. He can change because he know the science of change and creation. But because he's a true yogi, he respect the mother nature, always consider the nature as mother. He does not interfere into the creation. He does not change anything. He further becomes very simple, very ordinary, very much hidden. Even if he lives in a in a in a public, nobody can know about him. No, he will never change his destiny. He never changes his destiny. There is a famous one incident I will tell you. If you know the name of Lahiri Mahashaya. Once Lahiri Mahashaya was sitting under a tree or somewhere, and his disciple was sitting in front of him. He asked his disciple by his name. I don't remember the name of the disciple. He said, "Jaldi jaldi kapda fado," matlab tear out your cloth. So he said, "Why? Whose cloth? Your cloth or my cloth? Which cloth should I tear?" So suddenly something fell on the foot of Lahiri Maharshi, and he was bleeding. So the disciple immediately tore out his dhoti, his cloth, and banded it, gave the bandage to the his guru. Then he asked his guru, "When you knew you are going to get hurt, then why you did not move from here?" He said, "If I had moved from here to there, it would have come with a bigger accident." So this particular instance shows the yogi which knows what is going to happen in the world, how it is going to happen, where it is going to happen, but he does not interfere. So that they called the great yogis. My Gurudev Shri Ramlal Ji Sehaj is such a great yogi. I consider him a god. So he's on the other level. So even Lahiri Mahasaya is no less. I am not comparing them, but my Gurudev, I gave the example of Lahiri Mahasaya because I recently listening about one of the audio about him. My Gurudev sat on the wheelchair. He took all the diseases of his disciples. He goes through physical pain because of his disciples. He took away the our pain to his body. Similarly, the yogi who knows the nature can take the, if he has a disciples, he can take their sorrows, their pain on his body, because only the body can bear the pain. Because the mental, the vital is very strong of guru. He it does not get affected. Only physical body which can uh, get affected. Guru's body gets affected. So all the great gurus, those who have at the supreme level, they will bear all the pain and sorrows of their disciples. They will fall sick and they will leave their body through that. So that is the truth of higher truth, which has been intellectual truth, which has been the universal, and which has been the creation truth, the Prakriti, the nature's truth. This is the outer or the truth evaluation which a yogi goes through. Then there comes the truth about the Atman. Beyond Prakriti, there is the truth of Atman. From here, the truth of the Atman starts getting its feel. So we call the Krishna the God Sat Chit Anando. The God is blissful. So the truth we know about the God, the bliss starts coming into our lives. We start feeling bliss. The truth about God is when revealed, the bliss starts. You know yourself that you are attached to the Supreme, or you have a part of Him being a Atman, and you start feeling that. Now all the sorrows, pain, and everything goes away. Now He is always into the truth, which is been called Ananda. But ultimately, basically, it is the truth about Atman. You know the Atman. You are now blissful. Then further he evaluates the truth of being into this world as an Atman, for how long he is there, for how long the things will go and everything. The unlimited truth he sees in the universe. Beyond time he can now travel. That is called the Chitta. The truth resides in the Chitta. Beyond time, beyond space. So Gurudev usually say the yogi goes beyond time and space. This is the situation. This is the truth he knows about his existence, everybody's existence, since and when, until. So this is the truth which liberates him from everything causing for the birth and death. Then he knows the final truth, which is being called the Atman. He always remain as a Atman in the world, in the body, till in the body. Further, when he wants to know the Paramatman, the ultimate truth, the Rit Satya, he has to go beyond the body. A yogi leaves his body and go into the supreme truth, the Paramatman. He finally have the yoga with the ultimate truth. This is the journey which has been known as a revolution of the truth, different truths. Okay, it is, if you are into the, this is what I have realized is this all thing I have explained you. This is all due to the Kundalini. What I'm speaking, if you consider me as a speaking as a person, then you might not get this. You have to you have to see it as a, if somebody is into the state of awakened Kundalini, awakened Atman, then he is just a representative of the truth. The body, the language, the voice, the actions, the look, everything is the medium of the ultimate truth. So, who is speaking? Truth itself speaks when he finds the medium. No person can speak truth, but truth itself is been spoken, or it is capable of communicating. As I told you, there are different layer of communication of truth, so it communicate to the people at different level, but the ultimate truth is the one which has been awakened. Kundalini helps to speak for the knowledge, and truth flows through the body. Nobody owns it. If somebody says I am truthful, I'm speaking the truth, and that he is unaware that truth cannot be guided, cannot be spoken, cannot be owned. Truth is free. Truth makes everyone free. The real freedom comes with the real truth, the ultimate truth. The disciple who is serious about his sadhana, respectful toward his guru, and very truthful to himself reaches to the ultimate supreme truth. There will be lot of situations will come from the start to later stages where you will know the truth internally, but you will not speak, you will hide because your reputation is there. People praise you, people feel you are good, but if you will speak the truth, you may not go well with the people, and people will have now disrespect for you. They will speak bad words for you. If you have that fear, you cannot find the ultimate truth, because everyone has to go through that. When you speak the bitter truth, people do not like it, they hate you. And that is very much important for you to detach from the people, those who identify you through the five senses truth. They know you because of your existence. They are not permanent companion. So their wishes, their approvals, their thoughts, their words does not matter in the journey. You must keep one and only friend, that is the ultimate truth about yourself. In the entire world, you need not to justify your actions to anybody else, but to yourself. If you are truthful to your truth, truth will be truthful to you. In Vedas, in Shastras, it has been said, Dharam Rakshit Rakshita. जो धर्म की रक्षा करता है, धर्म उसकी रक्षा करता है. The same thing, the truth saves the one who saves the truth, who speaks the truth, the ultimate truth. Truth never dies. Transform yourself into the truth and become immortal. Truth never dies. Become a truth. Always be into the state of truth. No matter which stage you into the physical consciousness, speak truth, listen truth, identify truth, evaluate truth, value truth. Make a friend someone who is truthful. The real friend in this physical world will be someone who is truthful to himself, not to yourself. Someone who is truthful to themselves is the real friend. In the physical world, everything goes away, but truth remains. Guru himself is the ultimate truth into the physical form. Always make a guru your best friend. Always tell him or her all your problems. Always consider the first companion is your guru, because he is the only one into the physical form, which is the supreme truth, the Sagun Sakar Sabrup. And he also goes into the Nirgun Nirakar. So the form of the truth is a form of Guru's body, Guru's words, Guru's language, Guru's Vani. Whatever Guru says, follow that, because it is the ultimate truth coming in from the ultimate body. Okay. So this is how truth works when you come into Kundalini. When Kundalini awakes, you encounter, you realize, and you become a truth. That is the truth of Kundalini Yoga. It is a very much blissful yoga. It's very blissful state to be into the state of truth. Okay, so Kundalini Yoga is not bad. It is good if you have a capable master. If you're looking for one, my master, my Gurudev, Shree Gurudev Ramlal Ji Syak, find out about him. Give me a message, WhatsApp. My number is given into the description. Come along. So that's it for today. Today's satsang was about the truth. Okay, we'll meet next time, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Till then, Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada.